Hi guys, Billy here, I'm back. I was asked if I would do a tutorial including empty hand on the weapon. So if you recall, I did a knife tutorial showing limb targeting with the blade. And then I did another tutorial showing empty hand. So what I'll do tonight is I'm going to kind of consolidate the two as a training tool for the concept. So without further ado, let's go to the back. Okay, as you remember, before this simulates a knife, right? And for the first high line targeting was when you see something coming at your neck in an arc fashion. Now keep in mind, this could be a punch. Anything that's arcing towards your head, you want to try and stop the bone, okay? And obviously you don't stay in that position. But when you stop the bone, you either cut or impact or hit. In other words, you want to move and get to the outside of the bone. It's not good to go to the inside, as we all know, but it happens. But think about that. So when this is coming, and we're going to use the knife, we're going to stop, okay? Hands are down, up, cut. You cut the elbow flexor, okay? Then when you cut, the block hand starts to arc, and then this assists. So you get over on this side of it. Now I'm on the outside of the limb, okay? And as you remember from the first tutorial, you cut. I'm not going to get into the finish right now. I'm just going to stick with the concept so it can be a training tool for you guys, okay? So with the knife, you want to push the bag away so you have a feed. So therefore you have to respond to the feed quickly. And so what you want to do is cut up. See how I'm on this side now? All right? One more time. Here, up. See, it's going to go up no matter what you do. And when you use a partner, really feeds you a strike to your head. Now it could be a stab or a slash. You're going to feel, because when I feed partners and I'm really trying to cut at them, bang, your hand's going to go up. There's nothing you can do about that. But what you want to do when the person is striking at your neck, okay, whether it's tip first, or it's a slash, or it's a hook punch, or it's a slap, it's a club, beer bottle, whatever. When you see the arc coming, you want to enter. You don't want to sit there, okay? You want to enter. And I want you to stop and think, like, I can't back up. There's no room. Like it's up, you're up against the wall, a car bumper, you're in the corner somewhere. So therefore you have to enter. You kind of don't have a choice. So what you're trying to do is as things are coming at you in an arc, you're cutting off the motion. Like if it was a hook punch, you want to get in here before the punch gets center line or has power. Okay? And so also in Filipino circles, you know that when somebody blocks your hand, you can switch and cut. But if they boom and they shock your hand, that doesn't work. Even if you're reverse grip, it won't work. It's going to pop up. That's the beauty of this, but you have to shock it so that there's a bounce. Okay, does that make sense? All right. So when you practice that, now when you do it without the knife, I put the knife in my back pocket for now, you get the feel. Obviously when we do it empty hand, we're not going to cut, we're going to hit up. So when you practice it, see how it goes on the other side? It has no choice. That's why you push the bag away so you get that feed, right? Push, bang, see, it's going to go up. I'm going to end up on this side. And obviously for empty hand, boom, we do the elbow pop. Or any number of things you could do. That's just a good one to do, right? Because the hyperextends the elbow. But like I said, I'm going to try not to get into finishing this stuff right now. I just want you to realize the concept. The other tapes get into some of the finishing too. And in future tapes, I'll get into it more so. Okay? So remember, now we come back to the weapon, high line. We're blocking a slash or a stab, an arcing motion. Okay? Here, cut, bang. See, I'm on this side. With the knife back in my back pocket, it's the same motion. Here, bang, up. I'm on this side. Okay? The second motion was back to the knife. Okay? Cut, pass. Right? Finish up. What we're doing here, okay, is we're blocking, cut, all right? This hand will start the pass and this will finish it, but we zone out. And so instead of your left hand arcing up, it's going to arc down. Make sense? You still want to cut off the arc, okay? So you're here. See? All right? Now without the knife, okay? It starts here. When you come here, now I'm on this side. So what that motion is, when you don't have the knife, you're blocking and they work together simultaneously. Then you get on the outside of the arm. Make sense? From here, block out the outside arm, and it's empty-handed. If we have the blade, we do the other stuff. Okay, now, let's address cross-referencing. What does that mean? I'm right-handed on this side, right? That means they're right-handed. What if I'm left-handed? Doesn't matter. If you're left-handed and the knife comes, you block with the blade. You hit up, right? Boom. Notice the same dynamics? See? Here, block, right? This hits up, cuts on the knife, cuts here. If I'm empty-handed, okay, looks familiar, huh? Doesn't change. Okay, from here. Now I'm on this side and finish. You see, this is what I'm talking about when I try to teach a concept. You're basically, for lack of super long explanation, let's keep it short. You're meeting, you're passing, you're monitoring. Those are the three basic steps. Yes, there's little nuances between blade to blade, or blade to empty hand. But once you don't have a knife, it's basically impacting, jamming up and impacting. So you meet, you pass, jam, boom, whatever you want to do. It doesn't matter you're right-handed or left-handed. The motions are still the same. Going back to the knife, notice the hand position. Okay? Put the knife in my left hand. Notice the hand position. It's coming here, right? If I'm not impacting here, it's going to drive up. See, if I come up like this and I start driving up, where's that arm go? It goes over my head. It doesn't even come close to hitting my head. Because I'm entering to cause the arc to come over, right? So now, I'm left-handed again with the knife. Okay, I'm going to push it away here. Now I'm passing. I zone out. That's, right? Same idea, remember? We're stopping the bone. Whether I'm empty hand, whether I got the left hand in my knife. Same idea. Block, pass, cut, boom. If I don't have the knife in my hand, same idea, see? Doesn't make any difference. Come here, boom. I'm on the side. You see? So that's why the concept is important to understand. And you can tweak it. All right, now, when we're talking thrusting, the motion is pretty much coming at you. It could be coming downward. Obviously, when something is coming more straight at us, what do we want to do? We want to get offline. Okay? So if this is a right-handed thrust, and I got the knife in my right hand, I'm going to parry to the outside and monitor, right? Boom, finish. If this is in my left hand, all right, I'm going to parry with the knife. Cut. Boom. If I'm empty-handed, okay, I'm just going to pass, check, bang. You understand? You see, the concept is still the same. It doesn't really make any difference, okay? Now, when we lower the arm quickly, if somebody is cutting low line, remember low line is below the elbows, okay? And this is just for the sake of explanation, okay? You see it's well below my elbows, okay? But the idea is, remember when I spoke about your elbow line? When you put your hands at your elbow line, your fingers are basically straight out. When you put your fingers above elbow line, they're up. When you put your fingers below elbow line, they're down. The same thing will be with the blade, okay? However your hands travel. Doesn't matter if you're armed or not. With that said, the same basic thing, okay? If somebody is slashing for our calf muscle, right? We can meet it, cut, pass, right? In this case, I won't be taking the arm up, I'll be taking it down. Why is that? It's below elbow line. At elbow line, you can still travel an overhead arc if you need to. Below elbow line, your fingers are down, you usually always zone out. And what zoning out means is however they're reaching that tip of that blade, you want to have your body up out of the way. If you meet and pass it, or if you just pass it, it's out of the way. Now there's a few different ways that you can manipulate the hands. It can be a straight pass, or it can be a meet combination pass, right? If I'm right-handed and it's a straight pass, obviously I'm using the right angle blade as it comes through, or thrust, I'm monitoring to the outside, right? Then I make my cuts. If I'm unarmed, I don't have a knife, and it comes like this, I can still use my right hand sweep. Get to the outside, pop it, okay? I can even use my knee if I want to. But the idea is, you see the concept, you're zoning out. You're taking your body from here, like this when you zone out, all right? Now, if I have the knife in my left hand, okay, and there's still an arc, this is when I would zone out and use a block, pass, cut, okay? So have the leg go away if I have a knife. If you notice, if I don't have a knife, it's still the same thing, okay? I can block, pass to the outside, pop it, use my knee to pop it, however I want to do it, okay? So this is what I wanted to touch on when I'm talking about concept. And don't get real crazy with it in your head, all right? So if you get that concept down, you can apply the concept high line, low line, or elbow line, okay, which is deemed middle line. But I did want to touch upon this because when it was asked of me, it does make sense, so you don't have to watch 2 or 3 tutorials to play back and forth what I mean by a concept, all right? And it's the same thing. What is a concept? It's a set of guidelines that you follow. I basically have 10 concepts that I train with. They have a lot to do with where I'm going to go. You have forward motion, you have backward motion, you have to the left, you have to the right, okay? That's 4 of them. Now, if you add switching stances, that's 4 more, okay? So when you're doing these things, it makes real sense if you think about left hand forward, right hand forward. But when you think about conceptually, it's not whether you're right or left hand forward. It's whether they're right or left hand forward. Because whatever is initiated your way, especially if it's an edge weapon, it behooves you to get to the outside. I know I sound like a broken record, but this is really important, especially when you don't have a lot of time to think, okay? You want to be able to get to the outside. And so that's why when you follow a concept, everything I showed you tonight is getting to the outside of the weapon-bearing limb. Obviously, when we go to the inside of the weapon-bearing limb, we have to make sure that we have firepower coming to occupy them. Because remember, I've told you, and I've explained this fact, if somebody's really skillful, they're going to take care of your limbs, your fingers, your ability to use them, because they also realize these are what do damage. It's the hands that get you. It's the hands that'll stop everything. Feet too. More so the hands. The feet are good for low line, groin and down. Okay? If you could practice that stuff too, like lying on your back, lower the arm to here, and do hoo-bud with your legs on both sides. Awesome tool. Okay? But basically these concepts that follow right, left, the 4 directions. Okay? That's in a nutshell. Then we have circling. All right? Then we have on our backs, on the ground, and prone left, prone right. So that covers the 10 concepts. And this is the way I like to teach it. But the main thing, again, I can't stress this enough, get to the outside of the attacking limb, the attacking weapon. Why do I say that? Because when you move to the outside, for instance, if I move to the outside here, okay, his inside, this is his other hand over here, I have elbow control. When somebody has elbow control on you, it's really tough to negate that. And so you have a whole other set of problems to try to continue your attack. But if you're the defender and you can get elbow control, it's awesome. So you want to make that part of your deal. And that's what I've done with the way I train and teach, is I want to control the situation as fast as possible. This is why I target the limbs. Okay, so with that said, thank you for watching me on YouTube. I hope this helps. And again, train concepts. You'll find techniques are abundant, they come. Don't train just techniques, train concepts, okay? And you can email me at billyboston@gmail.com or combativenessworkshop@hotmail.com. I appreciate any and all questions. And again, thank you very much. Enjoy your evening. I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.